Thank you, Chairs. We are now live on YouTube.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dan. And I appreciate, just before I move on to the formal introduction of the meeting, that a number of people are having difficulties connecting this morning. So we will make a start, as I believe all the members are present, but we may have some other officers joining the meeting throughout the process. So may I start by bidding all members good morning and welcome you to the Joint Committee of the Peterborough City Council Employment Committee and Cambridgeshire County Council Staffing and Appeals Committee via Peterborough City Council's YouTube page. Members, as Cambridgeshire County Council are the appointing authority, I propose to lead the chairing of this meeting. We have colleagues from Peterborough City Council who will be endorsing any appointment we make today. Before we start with the agenda, I would like to run through a few housekeeping rules. Members, you are now aware of the need to keep your video cameras switched on for the duration of the meeting and to keep your microphones muted except whenever I invite you to speak. Although members, I do note that again, because of technical difficulties, some of you may need to turn your camera off in order to be heard and to hear what's going on. So that's absolutely acceptable. If you have any problems, then please do try and notify me. If you have a question or comment, please click the blue raised hand function. There is always a risk that we may run into technical problems. And if we do so, I would ask for your patience. Should this occur, I would declare an adjournment while the fault is addressed and the public broadcast will be paused. If it is not possible to address the fault, this meeting may be abandoned until such a time as it can be reconvened. Can I remind members and officers that all virtual meetings will be recorded and these recordings will be published on the Council's website. Before I move on to our formal agenda, I'm just going to do a quick call of names in order to ascertain everybody's attendance. So if I call your name, if you could please just confirm your presence. Councillor Ambrose Smith.
Present, Chair.
Can I remind members and officers that all virtual meetings will be recorded? I'm now getting a feedback of the recordings website. I'm not sure. Before I move on to our formal agenda, I'm just your microphones. Thank you. Sorry, I'll just go back to the list. Councillor Barbara Ashwood.
Present, Chairman.
Thank you. Councillor Peter Hudson.
Present, Chairman. Good morning.
Good morning. Councillor Bill Hunt.
Present, Chairman.
Councillor Linda Jones.
Present.
Councillor Simon Bywater.
Present, Chairman.
And Councillor Lucy Netzinger.
Present, Chairman.
Good morning. And myself, Councillor Josh Shubin. I'll now hand over to Councillor Richard Brown, who will go through the list of the Peterborough members. Councillor Brown.
Good afternoon, or good morning, sorry, it's only 11 o'clock. I'm getting in front of myself. Members of the Peterborough City Council Employment Committee, I will begin by asking the Senior Democratic Services Officer to call the names of all members of the committee to establish your attendance. Please confirm your presence. I will now hand back over to Councillor Schumann to run through the next agenda.
Thank you, Chair. I'll just run through the presence first.
Yes, sorry.
Thank you. Councillor Fitzgerald.
Yes, present and correct.
Thank you. Councillor Hemraj.
Present.
Thank you. Councillor Holditch.
Morning, all. Present.
Thank you. Councillor Jamil.
Present.
Thank you. Councillor Wigan.
Present.
Thank you. Councillor Yergatini.
Present. Good morning, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Chair. I'll hand back to you now.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Councillor Brown. We now move on to the apologies for absence and declaration of interest agenda item number 1. Would the Democratic Service Officers please report any apologies for absence? I'll hand over first to Dawn.
Thank you, Chairman. We've got apologies from Councillors Harrison and Maguire. We have Councillors Netzinger and Bywater substituting respectively.
Thank you. And now Dan from Peterborough's perspective.
Thank you, Chair. We have no apologies for absence.
Thank you very much. Members, we now move on to declaration of interest. Does any members of Cambridgeshire County Council Staffing and Appeals Committee, and with Councillor Brown's permission, I will also cover Peterborough's Employment Committee, have any interest to declare, that's any disclosable pecuniary interest or non-statutory disclosable interest on any of the agenda items we're considering today? If you do, please use the blue raised hand function now. Good. I'm seeing no declaration of interest, so I will move on from that agenda item and move to agenda item number 2, which is the minutes of the meeting held on the 25th of February 2021. Staffing Appeals Committee, and that's Cambridgeshire. We are being asked to approve the minutes of the meeting held on 25th of February 2021 as a correct record. Can I ask a member who, who does not agree with this proposal to click the raised hand function on your blue screen on your screen now? Again, I see no raised hands, so I will sign those as a true record when I'm able to do so. I will now move to agenda item, sorry, just to check, Dawn or Dan, we do the Peterborough Committee need to approve any minutes, or have they done so already?
No, Chairs, no minutes.
Thank you very much. Just wanted to check that's the case. Thank you. Then we move on to agenda item number 3, which is the exclusion of the press and public. And this is split between both committees. So I will first move for the decision of the Cambridgeshire County Council Staff and Appeals Committee, and this is the recommendation to exclude the press and public. I'll read the part of the Local Government Act, which is explaining why we're excluding the press and public, and that is to resolve that the press and public be excluded from the meeting on the grounds that the agenda contains exempt information under paragraph 1 of part 1 of the Schedule 12A of the Local Government Act 1972 as amended, and it would be not in the public interest for this information to be disclosed relating to an individual. Do I have a seconder from the Cambridgeshire Staff and Appeals Committee for that proposal? Thank you, Councillor Hunt. I'll see that as a seconding that proposal. I will now move to the vote. Rather than take a vote, I will again go by the unanimous agreement of that proposal, unless I see a blue raised hand from any of the Cambridgeshire members. I see no blue raised hand, so I'll take that as unanimously supported the proposal. I'll now hand over to Councillor Brown, who will go through the same exercise. Councillor Brown.
I propose this recommendation. Do I have a seconder from the Employment Committee?
I'll second, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. If any members do not agree, please can they raise their virtual hand and now wait to see if there is any.
I see no hands, Chair.
Thank you.
What's agreed?
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councillor Brown. That being the case, we now move to exclude press and public, and I'll ask Dan or Dawn just to confirm that that is now being our live